there a second?
Second.
It's so moved by Commissioner Harris, second by, Commissioner, what's your name, Commissioner? Wells, that we, allow Mr. Commissioner Rochelle into the meeting, through the access of Zoom. At this time, Mr. Secretary, if hearing no, rejects from that, you please call a motion. Call the roll.
Aye. Mr. Wills?
Aye.
Mr. Jones?
Aye. Motion has been accepted. Commissioner Rochelle, are you there? Okay. Turn up a little bit. And Commissioner Towers is
On
on the way, en route. Okay? At this time, would everyone please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing, Ms. Creighton, you lead us in prayer.
Father God, in the name of Jesus, we come before your throne, first asking your forgiveness for anything that we've said, done, thought, or even imagined that was not according to your will or your way on this day. Help us as we make the decisions, choose the directions that you would have Dolton Park District to achieve and to go and to grow. And it's in Jesus' name that we do pray. And every heart said,
Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. At this time, we are open for public comments. Will there be any public comments? If there's no public comments, at this time, we have presentation. One presentation from Ms. Vivian Allen, a wellness presentation. Ms. Allen, you can take the podium back there to make the presentation.
All right. All right, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I wanted to address this board and just see if there is a way after the elections are completed that I can partner with the Park District with a health and wellness event. What I intended to do with this event was to be able to engage with the community. And when I say engage with the community, to bring out different people in the community that are dealing with, different type of illnesses like cancer, people that have multiple sclerosis, people that deal with, anything that is something that's lifelong, or anyone that's disabled, that something might have happened to them within the community. I know that we deal a lot with the seniors and we deal a lot with youth, but just trying to bring it back and see if we can actually, understand what people, especially throughout this election cycle, what they have been going through and dealing with even throughout their health challenges that they, deal with every day. My idea for this is to do something like a health and wellness kind of fair, but to be able to have vendors come out, like the Blue Cross, maybe someone that works for Red Cross, someone that can, speak to people on, their blood pressures, just something that we can do for the community, and just one whole day. And I feel like after everything that Dolton has dealt with, I feel like this is something that we can use to bring our community back together, like I said, after the elections, and then we can just, hopefully partner and build on that. So that's my thoughts.
Couple of questions.
Yes.
If any board members have any questions?
I'm gonna let you start, sir. You go right
No,
on.
go ahead. Go ahead. Commissioner Wells, go ahead.
The only question I would have is that it's a wonderful idea and it's something that we have talked about. Do you have vendors in mind, or do you have contacts with vendors, or are you asking us to do that portion?
So a little bit of both. I do have people that have been supporting me throughout this process, online and through my YouTube channel. But I just want to make sure that if we do have someone that we can partner with, that there's someone that's going to show up and actually be in attendance. So if you guys have somebody that you've already used before that's a vendor, just say somebody to come out and do blood pressure checks, and that that would surely show up, then I would definitely like for you to recommend them to me if you have that contact information.
Do you have a group or dates in mind that you would like to
So,
have
no,
this event?
no dates in mind just yet. Like I said, I wanted us to get through the elections, right?
Okay.
So, cause we wanted to make sure that, clean house wins and, that we get, everybody gets into their proper seats, before I even come up with a date and, really start planning and, pushing it out. Only because I wanna make sure that who I want to be able to be involved and help is in their proper place and already solidified in their role before I can go out and like ask other people for their help, if that
Yes.
makes sense.
And it makes sense, and it's a really good idea to formulate something like that, to have people to come on and really talk about the anxiety that they've been going through, and especially if you have someone professional who's going to sit in the meeting and help and direct them.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good idea and something we can talk more about on how it would look.
Yes.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking, because our calendars are booked, like for summer activity, it'd be nice to kick that off early fall.
Right, and that's what I was thinking too,
So
so,
it's time to start kind of talking about what you want it to look like
Okay.
and who should be some of the folks that are involved.
okay.
That's a great idea.
Yes. So and you did put together a LOI, a letter of interest, presented that to us, and pretty
I
much.
think, but if not, I can send you
Just
something.
put something
I'll send
together
you
like
something
letter of
else.
interest together.
And I do have, my organization is Your Favorite Survivor, so it is 501(c)(3),
Okay.
so it's a nonprofit that's, in good standing.
Oh, wonderful.
So, it's for tumor awareness, so that's another one of the topics that I wanted to discuss, when
So
we do
you're
the
talking
event.
about maybe a panel of people
Yes.
discussing certain things?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
yes,
Well,
definitely.
Suzie, is it Suzie?
Yes, and he'll be there,
He'll be doing some exercises?
yes, ma'am, I just
Okay.
asked him, so he said he would help, with the event as well, so, we could
Great.
partner all together, like I said. I think
Okay.
this will be very good for the community.
I do too.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, well,
Thank
thank you.
Thank you for your presentation.
No problem, thank
Thank
you for
So
listening.
what happens next, we have to get the LOI and then we'll
Yes.
set dates to have further conversations.
Yes. LOI. Received LOI. And set dates. What we said the name of your company again?
It's called
What
Your
is it?
Favorite Survivor Tumor Awareness.
So once we vote on it.
Okay. Okay, next presentation, we have Mr. Sadiq. Want to talk a little bit about, I know you and I have been going back and forth on the organization, it's your, is it dance aerobics organization?
His pool aerobics, I just went, and let me just say that I can't dance or move or run, but when I did that pool aerobics, I felt like I was a brand new person, so big ups to his class.
Okay,
They are nice.
yes, so, and we like to bring it to the park district, see how we can make that up.
Yeah, so Cleo asked me to come out tonight. We've been going back and forth for a couple of years now. So you asked me to come out, you say a presentation, so what would you like me to, I can talk about anything.
Let's pretty much start with the organization, what you like to bring it to the park.
The name of my organization is Chicago Fit for Life. We do fitness events and we travel. And we go all over the city. We even went internationally, did a workout class in London. So one of the things that we focus on is our house music workout class, Chicago being the birthplace of house music. We also have videos online where we've done the same thing at Millennium Park. And one of the keys to our class is fun. We are very engaging. We usually, the class that we did in January here, we usually generate media attention, so we feature on NBC News. So that's what my organization does, and that was a class that I think that we were discussing and was saying we would bring something monthly to the park district.
Yes. So by you bringing that, I mean, how would it look? The monthly monthly time frame. How many people you're looking at? I know you had a class in here that was awesome.
Yeah, so each class that we do, we usually try to fill it up to whatever capacity. So my email database list is 26,000 people. So if we have room for 150 people, then we do 150 people. The class that she was representing in Chicago Heights, they have a pool, and I think the largest capacity in the pool is 75 people, so we sell 75 tickets. So with each class, that's what we do. We just try to fill up whatever space that we in. If we did something outside, then we would fill it up outside. When we did Millennium Park, I think we did 500 people. So it's just based on wherever we do the classes.
Commissioner Wells or Harris?
No, I don't have any questions.
And my last question is, what is the park district role in helping your class?
Well, the park district role, it can be through the park district. That's what I was pitching. I was pitching just, you all bring us through the park district. I wasn't interested in a split, because at the end of the day, we bring more people. I've been to you all's classes, just to be quite honest, so we bring more people out. So the thing is that we will want a flat rate. You all can get the money back from how you wanna charge. If you wanna do something $5 a person, $10 a person, $15, $20, you can't usually go over that, because then you run into a situation. The most I've charged for tickets is $25, so that could be to the park district. We also bring out our own vendors, so I think the class that you all came to in January, I think we brought about 7 or 8 vendors, and we were also sponsored by Blue Cross Blue Shield. So it's just all about how big you guys wanna do it. So, that's it. We bring out our people, we bring out our DJ, and it could be something to, my suggestion, you all, would be to funnel every single program that you want to do through our classes. To have somebody that be at a table and promote your classes through our events, because they're definitely going to be the people there.
Okay.
So, what I've seen in park districts before, they have a lot of programming, and the biggest issue that they run into is attendance with their programming. But they don't have what I would think is just a key class where you know there's going to be 100 people in a room, 120 people in a room. And that's what I would do to promote any event that I was doing through the park district. That'd be my personal suggestion.
And you pretty much promote through social media, all the platforms?
Yeah, I promote through social media. At this point, I pretty much have a following. So if I say I'm gonna do a class somewhere, people show up. But social media is one of the ways. The email database is another way. I do TV interviews, so I never know when I'm gonna call from WGN, ABC, NBC. So if I have something going on. The class I did in Calumet City, I had already had interviews set up. So when I went on Fox News, I just discussed the class that I was doing in Calumet City. So whenever I get called to an interview, it's whatever I have on the books. So that's how it works. So you can generate some very, very positive attention to Dolton and the Dolton Park District. So if we have something that's going on once a month, you have that class. If you all have a summer camp coming up, have somebody with a table there, set up, talk to people about what you have coming up. It's a genius idea, but it just all depends on.
Okay. Yes, well, I like the idea. So we have to sit down and try to figure out with the board and figure out how we would get that into the park district programming.
Yep. So, any questions about anything I do?
How many years you been doing this?
Yes, I've been doing this. You're not even on the board.
I was about to say, I was about to object to her.
I've been doing it like 10, 11 years.
Okay.
I've done a few events at Dolton before. We did one in a snowstorm one time, and it was thank God it was a snowstorm. It was about 130 people there. So I have Dolton's on all my social media pages.
That's what's up.
All over, so
Okay.
downtown, up north, out west.
Okay.
Chicago Heights now. That's where you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've been doing it for years. So this is what I do.
Do you tailor anything towards children?
Yes, we were featured on WGN for our kids fitness class. So we have kid fitness trainers. So we do that, and that's one of the things that we do. I just make it clear that when we're doing our events, we bring it in the best of the best. So sometimes a person called me, they want to. We got $50. Please let's not waste each other's time with a conversation. So Malcolm X called me, and they wanted me to do an event at Malcolm X, and he was trying to pitch it as if he was selling it as hiring me, like he's hiring somebody to teach a class. And I'm just like, man, we don't have to sit on the phone an extra 30 seconds wasting each other's time.
Wow.
So,
What's the age group of kids that you take in?
when we're doing a kids class, you don't want to go too young, but I would say anywhere from 8 to 13. We bring in our kids fitness trainers. They're very popular. One of the young men has a book called Healthy Heroes. People really like that, so he's popular. He's generated some press, been on the news, and featured on a few of the local Chicago TV shows as well. So he comes in as a fitness trainer, and that's very popular.
Oh, okay.
So if you all wanted me to say something, and they're all under the Chicago Fit for Life umbrella.
Okay.
So yeah, but his classes are popular. The kids like him. He has a female counterpart. So if that was something that you all wanted to do through Dolton, I would do it.
Yeah.
So I would do it. Yeah, it's really attractive for the kids. A lot of times when people have kid fitness classes, it's adults teaching. But when you have the kid fitness people teaching, it seems to resonate a little bit more. Kids learn better from kids.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
and if you ever want to see any examples of the class, WGN did the story about it. It's also featured on our YouTube page.
Okay, anyone have any other questions? Well, that-
Anything? Come
that
on, man.
concludes-
I don't got no tough, nothing tough, man. What's up, man?
Hey,
You
we
don't
already
like
seen
my
you at work.
questions.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you've been here, done that.
Yeah. Yes, you're right.
We saw you at work.
Hey, y'all ever had our food before? Sorry.
Yeah.
Did she say her food?
Thank you,
And
thank
we
you,
definitely
thank you.
will get back to you and, because we got summer camp, see how we can incorporate that in summer camp.
All right, let me know.
Yes, thank you very much. Okay, moving on, at this time, we have, that concludes the presentations. At this time, we have, minutes to approve. Have everyone had an opportunity to review, the minutes for February the 18th of 2025. At this time, as presented. Okay, let's call a motion and we open it up for questions. I need a motion to approve the minutes for February the 18th of 2025.
So moved.
So moved by Wells, second by Harris. To approve the minute. Now this is open for discussion. Commissioner Wells, you may go.
So on the minutes from, I want to say this is February
18th.
The item HR, it says C report invoices from Menards and Amazons were provided to commissioners for review. I never got them. I never got them. Did you get them? Did anybody get them?
They were requested by Commissioner Towers.
Towers requested them. I think Towers is in her possession.
She got them?
Yes, she does have them.
Hmm.
Yes, they're in her possession, and it was under review.
Okay. I wanna see.
Yes, definitely,
Other
definitely
than that, I
can.
don't have any questions.
Will there be any further questions in regards to the minutes?
No, not for me.
Okay. Hearing no further questions, Mr. Secretary, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris? Aye. Commissioner Rochelle?
Aye.
Commissioner Wells?
Aye.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye, motion passed. At this time, we have the treasury report, bills listed for February 25th. Go back to it.
We have a very fancy treasurer's report here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay, the bills that come first have a total of $52,652.67.
Can you give that amount again?
We paid off a lot of stuff from before, including healthcare, Commonwealth Edison, a lot of insurance issues. Anybody have any questions?
So that is 52,652.67.
Yep.
Everyone have an opportunity to review the bills listing. There's a lot of bills that was caught up on.
You just got this today.
Got the bills listed today? It was in your packet last night. I did.
Okay.
At this time, we're gonna call a motion to accept the bills listings. Okay, I need a motion to approve the bills in the amount of 52,652.67.
So moved.
It's been so moved by Will, second by Harris. At this time, it is open for discussion. Going through real quick. Yeah, Kevin Jenkins is who?
He's a
Caterer.
Caterer. That was for the chat and shoot?
Yeah.
Bunny. Bunny.
Oh,
That's the bunny? Oh, yeah. That's Easter, that's next month, right? Any other? Hearing no other, discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris? Aye. Commissioner Rochelle?
She's here. Commissioner Rochelle?
Aye.
Commissioner Wells?
Aye.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye, motion passed.
Okay, the next thing on the agenda is payroll. The payroll includes February 13th and February 27th payrolls.
13 and 27.
Those are the check dates.
I got a total of 38,796.32.
Yep.
Is that a complete total for both payrolls?
Yes.
I have, and so I need a motion to approve payroll for the month of February 13th and to the 27th, to the 23rd, to the 23rd of February. Is it 13th to the 27th, is that correct? And a period of 1/27 to 2/23. How's that going? So it's 1/27 for the period of January 27 through February 27 of 25.
Yeah, the pay period is that whole section.
Yes, yes,
But the pay dates are the two that I mentioned.
absolutely. Yes,
What are you saying absolutely to?
the total amount, the pay period dates. You see how they cross 1/27 period, 1/27 to 2/23, then you got 2/13 to 2/27. See the process dates, how they cross,
I do.
okay,
That's when I got some money.
yeah.
I got it.
So total, is that the total amount, 38,796.32? Okay. So I need a motion to accept payroll for 38,796.32.
So moved.
Second.
It's the second, man.
I
Move back, well, second by Harris.
That's the only two.
That's
Yeah,
it.
That's right.
Yeah. Here. It's open for discussion. Hearing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris?
Open?
Commissioner Harris?
Discussion?
No, it's not
No
a discussion, it's
discussion.
a request.
What's the request?
for
Wait, hold the roll call.
Before
Yeah,
running, you
discussion.
know how you used to send me that report? I wanna see that report again,
For the February ones?
or going forward. I don't have to see February,
Oh,
just
yeah.
going forward.
You want to tally?
We haven't done March yet, so that's Monday,
Okay,
but yes.
Okay, any other discussion?
thank you.
Hearing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris? Aye. Commissioner Rochelle? Commissioner Rochelle?
Aye.
Commissioner Warren?
Aye.
Commissioner Jones?
All right,
It's how he's speaking. It's-
motion accepted.
That concludes the treasurer's report.
Thank you very much for your treasury report. At this time, we have a legal report. Attorney Muhammad.
Good evening.
Good evening.
We don't have a legal report per se, however, there are a few things that are listed under old business that I would like to provide an update on. Am I
Okay.
going to do that now?
Yes, I'm ready here.
Okay, so for Safety Clean Sunshine Park project, we have submitted a request for an appraisal of Sunshine Park. So once we receive that back, hopefully by the next board meeting, we'll be able to move forward, with more negotiations regarding this property. And then the other update I have is regarding Dolton Riverdale Park. Attorney Michelle Broughton Fountain attended the closing today at 2 o'clock, and I'm still waiting on an update from her. I'm hoping that the closing
It actually
was
closed?
successful. I'm hoping so. I'm waiting for her to update me, but the closing did occur at 2 o'clock.
Yes,
I believe, President Jones had to sign some paperwork.
documents have signed off phone, we just waiting for it to get the phone call.
So
And that
as
probably
soon as,
be all the Dalton Park District.
as soon as I get word, then I'll let you all know once that closing is completed. And that concludes my legal report.
Thank you very much for your report. To update the public, is what's going on is that the Dalton Park District is conveying some land. Sunshine Park is in the valley. If people don't know, you don't know, the valley is located across the tracks, right adjacent from the City Hall. It's a park over there that's really totally underused, and we're transferring that park down the street to 138th Street in Lincoln, and we're developing that land right there. And actually, we're conveying that park, actually Riverdale's conveying a portion of that park to us. And we're gonna create a park and also as well as a baseball complex over there as well. So once we get the final word that that portion of land belongs to the park district, a lot of things are gonna happen over there. So that's what's going on. So right now, our attorney is at a closing it out for us, ensuring that, we're gonna close this deal. We have some vacant buildings that's in front of you when you drive down the street, some old professional buildings that will be, demolished. And those buildings will demolish, and we're gonna, pretty much put bricks around there to keep people from doing a lot of, unnecessary dumping over there.
Right, I was about to say.
So that's gonna happen immediately. So we got a lot of things that's moving here and a lot of things that's been done.
Don't we have to put barricades over there?
Yes, that's what we're gonna have, barricades gonna go once, the attorney come back and say they closed. We will talk with the village and see if they can get that moved on right away. And then you see the construction going, happening over there also.
Awesome.
And, another park that we are working on under legal is also the park at 154th Street, Triangle Park. We're gonna put a exercise platform out there by Blue Cross Blue Shield. It's one of the biggest exercise platform in the state of Illinois. That one of the bigger platforms. If anyone wants to see what that's gonna look like, you can just go to the Riverdale Park and see one of those platforms they have out there exercise. But we're gonna get a bigger one out there for the seniors.
Okay.
So that's gonna happen this year also.
That's nice.
Okay. Moving on, staff reports, administration, finance, and technology.
Good evening,
Ms.
everyone.
Woodall.
Good evening, good
Good
evening.
My rec training was completed for 2 employees. The goal for the training is to have all front desk coordinators comfortable using the software so they can do a full rotation between administration and recreation. Currently, we have a total of 4 employees, and it has been recommended that a total of 6 employees is preferred for operational coverage. 3 department heads are familiar with the system in case any additional coverage is warranted. The employee benefits for insurance have been completed and are in effect for March 1st. Payroll deductions have been updated within Paylocity. QuickBook user access is provided for all commissioners and department heads. 2 users still need to be to activate their access. Access is provided for a view of the system and approval of bills that are entered into the system as they're received. So any bill approvers are asked to review any alerts that come in through QuickBooks to provide the accurate recording. Due to safety concerns, board poll was conducted for emergency repair and pole installation for a data line leading from the north garage to the west garage for the field house internet. This work should take approximately a week to complete. We contacted, what is it? Before You Dig
Oh, yeah,
hotline, so they came out, they checked the area.
Julie.
So Bobby will actually be out Thursday to begin the actual work that's required for that project. In addition, there's a low wire behind administration that is not on this report. He's gonna take a look at that while he's already out.
So while you in your report, will you tell everyone the purpose of the pole in the line?
So it feeds everything from our central hub. So our central hub for internet is administration. Administration then has a line that runs from here to recreation, from recreation to the main north garage, from that main north garage to the west garage, from the west garage all the way to the field house. So if that line goes down and anybody yanks it the wrong way, then the field house will be completely non-internet for quite a while. So we are hoping to catch it prior to that actually occurring.
Are we going underground?
Yes, so similar to what was done here between recreation and the north garage, but it won't be as heavy as a project, since it's not going through any type of gravel or concrete or anything, it's just through the grass, right under, that fence line that already exists. So the pole will actually be on the left-hand side of the entrance gate that's over there by that garage. And it's going to run from that garage, which it already does, to that, ComEd pole that's there. And then on the other side of that entrance gate is gonna be our 16-foot pole, it's gonna run there. Of course, tall enough for any emergency vehicles to get through that area. And then it's gonna lead down into the grass through the fence line to where it is at the west garage. So we won't have to worry about, any low-hanging data lines moving forward.
Okay.
Katrina did email the board a mock rendering. So if you haven't had an opportunity to review it, it's like a hand drawing of that situation as best as we can possibly get it. Yeah. This week, we are conducting an on-site security and safety inspection with the cameras as well as the data lines. We will be providing any requests that are related to wire cleanup or camera solutions for current placements and additional hardware. This will be presented at the next board meeting. Just so you are aware, there are 2 quotes within your board packet that are related to that safety item for our main parking lot. Mr. Jackson will get in more detail once I'm done with this. A demo was attended for a new recreation management software requested by Commissioner Harris. It was well received by finance as well as communications. A quote was provided. We would like the board to consider this for the upcoming fiscal budget and would like the board to attend a demo during their April meeting if they have time. And then for special events, a SEC meeting was held on Wednesday, March 12th. The approved plans and budgets were reviewed and the budgets are listed for approval in new business. A community poll is being conducted for gaming in the parks, dinner in the movie, as well as the Greek Fest events. And these polls will be received by the end of this week. Depending on what the public views for these polls, if they're well received, then we'll go ahead and present that budget at the next meeting. If they aren't, then we're gonna go back to the drawing board and schedule them sometime for next year. And that concludes my report, and if Noah can give his update.
Yes, absolutely, you may continue. Noah, you may continue with the technology.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, so I've got both of the phones up. If it's too tiny, let me know and I can expand. See what it's right. So hopefully you're able to see my screen. And I'm gonna zoom in, it's a little closer for us, and I'll even put it in full screen mode for us. But we've got, let me actually switch to the other. So we'll talk about the first one here. So there are 2 quotes that we had Corsiga run through for the parking lot in front of administration. Both quotes effectively do the same thing. One does a little bit more than the initial one, but option 1, which is the one we're looking at here, is everyone able to actually see this well, or do I need to zoom in even more?
Anyone have any issue seeing it?
They have a printout as well, Noah.
Yeah.
Oh, do we?
Awesome, okay. So the first quote, what we ended up having Corsiga do is we had them take a look at the parking lot area, and we asked them for 2 examples of what this could look like. So the first example, which is the one I have up on my screen, it's option 1. This consists of them focusing on establishing cameras that basically go around the parking lot area. We've got several cameras that will be on the learning center side, and then we have several cameras that will be on the admin side, specifically on the admin building, and then we have a couple cameras that will also be on the marquee itself. This option will mean that they're going to run those lines to the locations that they need to be run to, but they will be burying the Ethernet cables into the ground and running them underground as well. Partially due to the fact that when you, so to give you an example of this, next time you're out at the parking lot, there's Shallow, what's that building next to the learning center? Is that the commissioner's building?
Yes.
I think, yeah, so the commissioner's building is a good example of what this currently looks like right now, where there's wires that sort of hang between the buildings. We wanted to reduce that, simply due to the fact that, obviously that's an opportunity for someone to, effectively break a line and then, that specific location is down. So he will be burying the wires so that they're underground. They will traverse to each light post that way as well. But this is strictly cameras and a new NVR for maintenance, as well as a switch that would live inside of that commissioner's building. Both options include this. The second option, which is the more pricier one, not only includes the running of the wiring, but will also include installation of light posts for each location. I think there's going to be 4 on each side. I think that's what we were looking at. The light posts themselves will be solar powered. So the benefit by doing it with solar power is we can actually power the cameras as well as any other devices that we wanted to throw onto those poles. We can power them via the light post, as opposed to having to hook up to the electrical grid. And so option 1 focuses solely on just the cameras itself. Option 2 is the preferred one. This is the one that Corsiga did recommend doing, especially considering the light posts are something that the park is looking to replace in that parking lot. The light posts that he wants to install would be the same light posts that you'd potentially see around the park, specifically on that park on the walkway. So, if we go with option 2, this gives you a good indication of what this would look like, should Corsiga end up being the one to do the walkways as well. Any questions?
So the installation out the door, is this what this price is? It's $24,500. Is that what you're stating?
Yep, that's for the camera installations with the running the wire and things like that underground. And that is the way that Corsiga recommends that this be done. You can technically run them above ground, right? They would hang over between each light post, but because there'd be at least 8 cameras there, that's going to be a lot of wires that it becomes very noticeable in this case.
Well,
and so he doesn't want to go that route because there's also a safety hazard with that.
yeah, and we'd rather have them underground due to the fact that for weather purposes, this is a park where trees
Correct.
and when wires fall down, when trees and wires get together. So
yeah, the one thing I will call out with option 1, and this is why we had him include 2, is by running them underground, by doing the option 1, when you do decide to do those light posts, should you replace them, it's going to require that he go out and do this again, because the light posts are obviously going to be torn up and placed back into the ground when there's new ones. So he would have to run this again, which is why he's suggesting you do option 2, if anything, because this saves you from having to do it again.
okay. Anyone have any questions?
I'm processing.
Okay. So with option 2, we're going into ground, contour, is it contour? Conduit. It's gonna be
Conduit.
protected by conduit, is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Yeah, what was the question?
great. Well,
Sorry, Cleo.
The question was actually for you, Cleo.
Okay.
Remember we were talking to Comm about.
oh,
polls?
yes.
What's going on with that?
So, we do have the grant that we are seeking with Comm Ed to replace those poles. All the poles throughout the whole entire park. From on the south end of the park to this north end of the park, to ensure that we get those poles replaced. I would like to see that done, so we won't create double work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're creating.
Yeah, I agree.
You're gonna put cameras on top of poles that's possibly may fall down. So we need to get brand new poles up there. When the brand new poles go up and the new lighting goes up, then I guess the cameras could go on. And one of the things is gonna be a protection for the residents when they come into a park that's completely secure, because we have cameras looking into the parking lot thoroughly now, from the learning center,
Right.
And also from top of the poles and throughout the park. that'd be great, and also, with the cameras going onto the, west garage as well. You know, we can see, down the walking track, so,
Excellent. Do you
get
know,
in touch
Leo,
with-
for that ComEd idea, would ComEd be running new poles around the walkway as well, or is that just gonna cover, I guess, the parking lots?
That's only gonna cover the parking lot. Down the walkway,
Okay.
we was talking about doing something more on the solar, tip with the
Right,
walkway.
okay.
Cause you have to run a ladder, line underneath the ground for that type of, project. So primarily, we're concerned right now with the safety of all the residents in the parking lot. Ensure that the poles and lighting go up in the parking lot. On both
And is
sides.
that that's for both parking lots?
Yes, for both
Or
parking
just,
lots.
okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, if ComEd's gonna come out and do that stuff, then we'd wanna do this after they do what they've gotta do.
So how long is the estimate good for?
I mean, I could check with Corsiga, to see if they have a sort of deadline around this. In the past, they've not had deadlines around these, so what you see here is what it would cost. We've even had him, give us new invoices years later, and they're still effectively the same. I mean, it really just comes down to if the cost of the materials changes, the labor itself doesn't change in cost.
So you're saying that this is not negotiable? I'm a negotiator, no, you
I mean,
know.
you can negotiate it all you want. It's whether or not he'll be okay with it, right? I mean, I think if we wanted to do negotiations with them, I think one of the things that would be very enticing would be, if there were, opportunities for him to do more work all at once, I could see him reducing his cost just based off of that, right? Because he's got to come out here anyway, and so if he's doing more stuff when he's out here, I think that would be a good way of getting him to do it at a cheaper rate.
Well, one of the things that we talked about in our technology meeting was how to put cameras throughout all the parks, through a solar system.
Yep.
That's more work right
Correct.
there, especially with the flat dumping going on in some of the parks. So we need to
Yep.
see exactly what's going on in some of the other parks as well. That does not have an electrical outlet to connect cameras to.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why we definitely steered more towards doing the solar powered poles, because that gives you some insight into that's what it would potentially look like at those other locations. Is you'd have a couple poles there, they provide the power via the sun, and we can power networking equipment and cameras and stuff like that via that method,
Okay.
which makes it super simple for those parks that just don't have any electrical at all.
Okay. Alrighty. Any other questions for Mr. Jackson? Okay, here are no further questions for you, Noah. Thank you for your presentation.
Excellent. Thank
Right.
you.
You're welcome. Ms. Woodall, you may continue.
That completes the report.
Thank you very much for your report. At this time, grants, human resources, and public relations updates.
No reports at this time.
Thank you very much. Communications,
No reports at this time.
thank you very much. Recreational, athletics, and permits.
Hello, I'm stepping in for Catherine.
Okay.
So, recently completed projects under barter agreements. The board received on the level DJ's barter agreement for the 3 Wind Down Wednesdays, for his annual House Fest. That will be in August. He will help promote Wind Down Wednesday as well. Zeta Phi Beta chapter of the Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority will be helping with the collaboration of the Greek Fest, and they will be donating Easter baskets to the Easter egg hunt. They will also be promoting that event and helping us as far as getting vendors for the Greek Fest. Attended the Stone Soup meeting, World Cafe. That was
last week, attended the Dolton Fire Department safety training that they're having. They are in preparation of doing a safety throughout the community component, so they had a fire safety event. It was very informative. It was an entertaining It was a very good time. So they will actually be at our chat and chew this month. So just telling us things that they're doing in the community, how the park district can get involved, the library, the village, just trying to partnership with all the entities and bring safety back to the community, especially within the schools.
So you met the Muppets?
Yes. Yes.
The Muppets.
They were a time, I promise
The
you.
Muppets in the remote control car. Yeah. They bring the remote control car? Buzz didn't bring it?
Now I'm jealous. Completed inventory for the concession, art closet, sports equipment, and fitness equipment. Completed indoor facility, rental standard operations procedure. Under the current projects, it will be summer camp. She stated that she would like to know the capacity that you would like to have for this year's summer camp. And will Calumet City give us the 30 children to attend summer camp this year in addition to staff? So will we merge into that partnership for that intergovernmental agreement? Is pretty much the question. Continuing partnership contract process with SRS and the vending machines by Record. Record did state today that 2 brand new vending machines will be delivered in approximately 2 weeks to replace the ones that are currently in the recreation center now. So those, we will have an actual date by the Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
How long is our agreement with them vendors?
26.
2026.
Yeah, next year. Also, he agreed to put the platform down. So we got sitting in the parameters. So we'll see.
Under upcoming projects, continuing to create a contract program, instructor payout program, percentage versus monthly stipend. So she is going to provide to the board, what that will look like versus us doing a percentage agreement or a monthly stipend, which one is feasible for the park district and the contractor. And recommendations, neighborhood park districts on community engagement projects. So she has been reaching out to other park districts within the surrounding areas, seeing what type of events that we're doing, if we can collaborate, if we're doing like-minded events. So we can utilize our resources together instead of hosting the same event on the same day.
Wonderful.
And that is it for the recreation.
Commissioners, at this time, open for questioning to Ms. Cotton. I have a couple of questions. So I know we are in the second phase of Blackstone Park District. What's going on over there, and how does the second phase look?
Is this for recreation or?
It's for recreation. Is that part of recreation or is
No.
For the second phase?
yeah?
So the application is going to be due at the end of the summer. And if we are approved for the second phase, then we will be funded probably February or March of next year. In the same manner that we were already funded for this phase, so 50% advance and then 50% reimbursement at the end of the project.
Is the fence gonna stay up around that?
Oh, we gonna
No,
have to
the
take
fence,
down.
as well as the rest of construction for phase 1 will be complete, by the end of this month, as well as all reporting. So the reimbursement request will be submitted for ISLA.
And this is the phase that got delayed through all the administration issues with the mayor who was in office. That held everything up, and this is the end result of it.
I do have one more thing to add, half communications, half recreation. When we did attend the Stone Soup, so that is with Miss Brenda Boyd, who is also over the metropolitan area of Big Brothers Big Sisters. She did ask any of her partners if they would be interested in hosting the Stone Soup. I of course said yes. So we just have to decide on if we want to do August or October. It was suggested to do October because that was soup weather. So, once I get all of the information, I will present it to the board in a proposal matter.
Okay,
But from what I understand, we will be a host facility.
okay.
Stone Soup will actually facilitate, so Big Brothers Big Sisters will actually facilitate the whole thing. We will just be a collaborative partner, which I think will be a great opportunity to showcase the activities that we do have at the park district.
Okay, thank you.
That is all.
Any other questions for Ms. Cotton?
No, I have a question for you.
Okay, go right ahead.
So is everything will be done at Blackstone Park in the month when you want to do the grand opening?
Well, we're gonna have to do a soft opening, to open it up for the residents over there. You know, we cannot keep those barricades up over there, you know, so since we are really behind on this grant now, so we got to do something soft to open it up to allow people in. And then we do, after the second phase is done, which is probably gonna be primarily next year,
We'll do another one.
have to do a full opening with phase two. Yeah, so soft opening meaning is we go over there and welcome people back to the park. You know,
Phase two
something on that
includes a
level.
parking lot and everything else.
The parking lot is coming in phase
Right,
two.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Parking lot, baseball field upgrade, the Ninja playground, all that's coming in phase two. Like I said, this is the end result of the super mayor holding us up and we're permitting, so this is the end result of that grant is off track. Cause we know we had to go in December and put mulch down. Whoever heard of that? You know, to close this out, you know, so you don't put really mulch down in December. They don't even, we had begged them to come out to do that so we can get the percentage.
How many more weeks we got? 3 weeks?
I can't wait. That's all I can say. It is what it is. You know,
Too long.
yeah, so. All right, that concludes your report, Ms. Cotton. We did do special events. Touch on special, okay. Maintenance report, we have a report for maintenance. So, maintenance, Ms. Carolyn, you got a report for maintenance?
No, I don't.
Okay, one of the things I have for maintenance is that I did issue a directive to the full staff here, including the maintenance department, to update it. It was a directive to create a punch list in preparing for the spring and the summer, to create items that was open and repairs that we need, and do a complete walkthrough of every facility, and as well as every ground, playground, the whole entire grounds, to put together a complete punch list. So I expect that list to be ready by this Friday. And then we don't have a full staff, but we have some staff to start acting upon that punch list, starting with the buildings first. You know, have a couple of people working within the buildings and have some people out there on the grounds doing certain things on the grounds. Because we still have a lot of parks that are full of leaves, and a lot of parks that's got some debris in it, so they can be out taking care of those things and preparing for the upcoming spring and summer. And then we got to talk about, I'm gonna talk to Commissioner Wells and have a meeting to talk about what the staffing gonna look like to maintain the parks throughout the summer. You know, because also we are gonna go into collaboration with a couple of organizations for employment. What that employment, what that's gonna look like, also providing dog partners with bodies while they provide the compensation,
That's good.
okay? Any other questions? That concludes the maintenance report. We under old business. We have, we on item 10, the discussion of Needles Park project. I did receive a call from Mr. White in regards to that project, and my concerns with Mr. White was, he did donate some baseball, Major League Baseball did approve the Dolton Park District for a $65,000 grant. And Dolton Park District did receive baseball equipment, tons of baseball equipment. We do have it locked away here at the Park District. Whenever our baseball program get ready to up and running, we have equipment, helmets, baseball bats, gloves for the kids. How many pieces of equipment do we have, you would say, Commissioner?
We have, with 20 boxes, it was a lot, it was a catcher gear for baseball and softball too. So
Yeah.
gear for-
Yeah, so Major League Baseball, and that was on behalf of Mr. White, who, we got that, was it last week?
Yeah, last week, Thursday. Oh, yeah, what was that Thursday?
It has been inventory was completed by, Commissioner Harris and, Mr. Courtney White.
Yeah.
And they did send the inventory back to the Major League Baseball people, confirming that the order has been, and has been well thoroughly checked to ensure that all the pieces was there. So that equipment is locked away
Yes.
until we, get the baseball program up and rolling. We have equipment. This, Woodall's raising her hand.
Can I get
Yes.
a copy of that inventory to submit to insurance?
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so he submitted an inventory, report. You know, we just go in and once we see the equipment, we check it off. and then we forwarded it back to him. Yes, so we did receive that. My deep conversation with him was, to wait until the new administration comes into the office, because he wants to engage into a letter of interest and wants it to be signed off right away. But the letter of interest, which we all know, includes part of the village of Dolton. Have one piece of that letter of interest as well, because of the property line. And as well as the thing, we gotta sit down with our attorneys to ensure that the letter of interest is, that we're gonna engage in, so that all the i's are dotted and the t's are crossed, and everyone fully understand what we committed to, you know. So what everyone don't know is that Needles Park, that's off 142nd Street, is gonna be turned into a digital baseball mecca, with all sorts of entertainment over there. It's gonna be built, it's gonna start from 142nd and Cottage Grove and all the way back towards the expressway.
Like batting cages too?
All that,
Oh.
everything, complete
Cool.
everything, basketball
It's
court.
gonna be, I was just gonna say, it's gonna be more than baseball.
Yeah, it's gonna be more than baseball, it's gonna be
More than like a sports center.
sports, it's gonna be a sports facility. One of the things you see in the south suburb, and these guys are coming from Simi Valley, California,
Okay.
who's gonna design, who's already,
Silicon
Silicon Valley, I call it Simi, Silicon Valley. That's the California, that's the California in me. So it's coming from Silicon Valley, where they call it Simi Valley back in the, where Mark knows, Simi Valley.
You got no problems with me.
Yeah, Commissioner Wells always had an objection. So, once we get an understanding of that, then we proceed to, engage in that letter of interest again with him. And I had a really good conversation with him, so we just waited until after the April 1st election to start moving a lot of things on. We have a lot of projects that's queued up, but we can't take any opportunities and chances to get these projects disrupted,
Ooh.
you know, because we can't get the permits for them.
Uh-oh.
Is the village gonna chip in the extrusion plant?
Village is gonna be a part of it.
With the aluminum extrusion
Yeah,
plant?
yes, the village is gonna be a part of the plan, so that's why we can't move forward, but they are partnership with us.
Right.
This whole plan, this is gonna be a major construction project.
That's gonna be
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, so Village Star, so that's a discussion on Needles Park. We're not gonna move on the letter of interest until after the actual election, April 1st. The attorney provided us updates on the safety cleaning appraisal. We just wait for that to come back. We had a discussion of the Riverdale project, which was waiting for the attorneys to send us the information that that project has been closed, and they will convey that all over to Dolton Park District. Update for help from a sister. Did we approve that moving forward? We did not approve that. Help from a sister that she wants to present, had a,
She wanted to have a father-daughter dance.
Father and daughter
and
dance.
a lot of other stuff.
Yeah, it was 3 events. There was only one date that was a conflict. I believe we have a scheduled special event on one of those dates.
I think the only thing we talked about doing was the daddy-daughter dance.
Yes.
The other ones, because there's no benefit really to us to do that. And
yeah. So I asked for a motion to move forward with the daddy-daughter dance. Did we get a date from her? Did we get a date? That daddy-daughter dance is later.
we can reach back out to you.
Yeah,
And get
So
the
if-
date.
Daddy-daughter was June 22nd from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
okay, June 22nd.
What ages for that? Is it like a certain age range for the daughters or?
I think that's open.
Okay.
The women's networking event was September 6th from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Is that open?
And the suicide prevention was September 27th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Right, and the September 6th was the conflicting date.
Yeah. We just do things with daddy-daughter dance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna motion to, allow her to use the park for the daddy-daughter dance, June 22nd. So I need a
Was
motion.
that at fee, or was that, were there
It wasn't.
tickets being sold, or?
She was asking for pro bono, she did not mention if there were tickets.
She's gonna do it all herself. She
No,
didn't say
no, no,
anything.
she was asking for the park to be in a space, an
She
event
Provide-
sponsor.
Yeah,
She just wanna provide the
she wants
space.
the space.
Mm-hmm. She didn't say if it was ticketed or not.
Can we find out?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't remember if that was.
Yeah, I don't think she said it was just, we didn't have any overhead park district, didn't. But you just wanna know if she's charging outside
She
us.
was making profit.
Okay, well, you think she's a non-for-profit? Yeah, was it 501?
Yeah, I think she's a non-profit, but I still wanna know if she's.
Yeah, let's find out, from that information, you find out from her, the information you told us and we move forward with that.
So just on that
Yes,
particular.
yes.
And if there's an age requirement, that would be nice if an adult daughter and her dad come.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I would probably bring my dad. I would.
That would be nice.
Okay. This is an age requirement, or is there an age restriction? And then ask this question, then you can poll the board, and we can take it from there.
Okay.
That concludes, old business. Now we on to new business. The board did have an emergency polling, in regards to a emergency repair for a data line to the field house. Ms. Jackson, was that the discussion in the technology?
Yes, that was actually polled for the amount of $4,250. The poll gave, 3 yeses, was it? Yes, 3 yeses, there, 4 yeses, apologies. There was a request for a little bit more detail on how the project was going to be laid out, which is where the rendering came in, that got sent to
Okay.
you today.
All right, thank you for that update. For that, rendering from Ms. Cotton. Emergency employees job description, Commissioner Wells,
What about,
where are we?
they're done.
Okay, when are they gonna be presented?
When are you gonna take, okay, let me be nice, since we have come.
Oh my God, you see what I go through?
As soon as you have time to review, I'll
Okay,
make sure you get
well,
them, sir.
Well, present them. send them
Unless
to me.
you'll allow me to do a unilateral and, and I can just get them.
Yeah, when something don't come up right, you're gonna be turning around blaming me.
No, I won't blame you at all, I would accept all my responsibilities,
Sure.
all of them, I will not blame anybody.
She on tape.
She don't take, thank you, Ms. Allen.
That's fine, I stand 10 toes down.
So, just send them to me, I can do it this
I
weekend.
know, you like to be funny.
No, just send them to me this weekend, you just said, thank you, send them to me this weekend.
Okay,
A review.
Cleo.
Business brunch budget, business brunch, what date is the business brunch?
May 3rd.
May 3rd,
Okay. And budget?
May what?
Third.
May 3rd.
An Excel sheet was emailed as well, but I just printed it. So
Okay,
the projected budget is 3290.
okay. So within the business brunch, presentations I'll be put on from the Board of Commissioners.
No, so it's going to be a business mixer, so it's gonna be a B2B mixer. So what that will pretty much mean, we will invite businesses throughout Thornton Township. Throughout that time, it will be set up mixer style, so we will have low tops, and we will be utilizing the high voice, because we want to engage networking and partnership.
Okay,
We will be going green events. So we will have the presentation be a QR code, and that will highlight Blackstone Project, the Fitness Court Studio, Dolton Riverdale Project with baseball complex, and any other thing that we have with the park. We will also be allowing other businesses to come in to talk about what they have going on
Okay.
in their companies, and opportunities to create community networks. So it is going to be called Reimagining Partnership. We will have mocktails, we will have food stations, we will be giving out 4 Steve Natty Awards. I will email you those names, because it will be a surprise
okay.
for those participants.
We haven't did it in a while, so.
Right, so we have 4,
Catch up.
because it has been a moment. But they have been, good
Commissioner Wells,
stewardships
Steve
that
Natty
have
Award.
volunteered with the park district and given their time,
Mhm.
no matter what. So they're very deserving of it. We're asking for $32.90 to cover the catering, the awards, and the mocktails.
Okay,
Any of the printing will be done in-house, of course.
okay.
So you mentioned the QR code for the businesses to,
So there will be, so you know when you go
You sure Will
to
Smith's
a play
technology
and you
savvy?
have the play field?
there's a reason for me asking this question, Commissioner.
So when you go to
Commissioner
like a
Jones.
play
Yeah.
or, any fancy banquet and they have those nice little books printed out and it tells you who's the sponsor, this, that, and third. This will be a highlight of, these are the upcoming projects that the Park District is working on. If we got grant funding for it, this is how much the grant funding will be. What would the community involvement look
That
like?
tells the story.
Correct.
So
Okay.
my reason for asking that was, will you be capturing the businesses through that QR code, like an enrollment, so you'll always have them in your
Yes.
database?
Yes.
That's why I asked.
Thank you, Sherlock.
I just understand that there's an opportunity to capture those businesses, and
I like
think we
that.
should take true advantage of that.
Yes.
You like
So,
that?
no, I like that. I'm not gonna steal it. but I like it. So,
Yes.
I'm glad you appreciate that.
Yeah.
So save the dates for this event will be going out Monday.
Yay.
Also, are we going to use our projector that we have as it? Like you
We
said,
are
you're
going to
flashing
use
through?
every bit of technology we have to our disposal.
Absolutely. We have a brand new screen thanks to, former Commissioner Kevin Bowens and his, smart Madness in a bouncy house.
You said a bouncy house for a
Yes,
business?
yes, yes.
I'm sorry.
That would be interesting.
That would be interesting.
I'm sorry.
So you're gonna do, pictures there?
Yeah, so between me and Zai, we have a bunch of pictures of events from the last so many years. So we plan on doing a slideshow, so while people are mingling, it'll be a slideshow of different community. We wanna highlight community. The goal is to highlight community, highlight engagement, highlight partnership. So we'll have that during the mixer moments. We do wanna do a business card raffle, we still have to identify what that looks like. But an opportunity for, we don't wanna just talk, even though we're hosting the event, we definitely wanna show what we have going on, but we also wanna know what other
Yeah, it'd be great.
entities have going on.
Okay.
We also talked about, I just had a brain fart. Something you and I talked about, that would be great for that business. Is giving the platform for the other businesses to talk about what they do, where they are, but we talked about sponsoring,
Oh, yes, ma'am. So, in those projects, we will talk about where we need added support.
where there's opportunity for
Keywords,
sponsorship.
keywords.
There's opportunity for them to support these things, and here's how you can,
Yes,
and have your name put on it, so we get
Great.
to.
yes,
Yeah, that's one way.
cause we
But
have
the
the,
other
we
way is
have
if
the
we're talking about
website.
sponsoring the baseball team,
Oh,
because
yeah.
a lot of parents may not have that type of money, so if you want your name on the sports team, you could be, what is it, Nikki's Hot
Mhm.
Dogs, or whatever they call it.
Hero.
Yeah, well, I mean, what would you name the team, Nikki Gillo?
We used to do that.
Yeah, you did have a sponsor thing with that.
So that's what we were saying, having an opportunity for these businesses to support
Yes.
some of the works that we're doing, so.
Okay.
And pushing the Parky program, volunteers.
Yes, the Parky program.
Okay. All right, hearing all that discussion, so now
That's too much.
now it's time to go into a motion. I'd like to motion to accept the business brunch, budget in the amount of $3,290.
So moved.
Second.
So, it's been so moved by Wells, second by Harris, that we approve the business brunch budget, for May 3rd in the amount of $3,290. Hearing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris,
Aye.
Commissioner Rochelle,
Uh-oh.
Kyle?
Aye.
Did
Can you hear me?
Commissioner,
Yeah.
Aye.
Commissioner Jones.
Aye, motion passed. Okay, next item is the job fair budget.
Yes.
Ms. Cotton, collaborate.
So this will be our second annual.
Elaborate. I don't know, it's been a long day, I've been going since 5 o'clock.
This will be our second annual Southland Career Fair. There is going to be a partnership with this event, so that will be with Senator Harris' office and NHS. We are open to partnerships with other entities as well.
You
It's
said
just-
NSH?
So we are, opening up the door to collaboration for that as well. Instead of it being in the gymnasium, it will utilize the full field house.
Okay.
We are only asking for, like I said, we're only asking for, catering for that. Please ignore the second line item for the, well, no.
The job fair partnership agreement?
Yes.
That all a part
What
of
do you
it?
mean catering?
So that would be for the lunch. The catering would be.
You didn't like the hot dogs we did last year?
No.
I think those people, they enjoyed
You want
them.
people to come back?
They enjoyed the
Give 'em real
hot dog.
food. You trying to kill someone?
No, that's cause you don't eat hot dogs?
We're a park district, we're not trying to suffocate somebody.
So we were thinking of getting the lunch for the vendors.
Really?
So
I
either-
understand.
Kyle,
So
you
we're
help
either
me?
gonna do a hot dog truck or, the box lunches. You know, like Joey ran
Oh,
hot.
Joe,
Like,
they said other than hot dogs here, that's one.
yes. So, either do a food truck or box lunches. We haven't quite figured that out. There's still opportunity to expand, but, we do know that it will be about 1,500 for that, give or take, depending on how many vendors we have. So this is based off us having 50 vendors, and normally they bring 2 people out, so we said 100 people.
This is sponsored with the,
It will be a partnership, so
Okay.
we can establish what that looks like across the partnership. But we don't estimate spending any more, cause we already have the facility.
okay,
So all the money will be primarily spent on refreshments. Last year, we had like a vendor cafe where they can come in, I believe NHS sponsored that, with the coffee and muffins. And then we did the concession with the hot dog bar.
what date are we talking about? We have a date,
June seventh.
June 7th.
June 7th?
Prior to this, we will be having a job readiness workshop. There is
Okay.
no fee for that because one will be virtual and one will be in person.
Okay.
Here's another thought, we could entertain, I don't know what I'm an advocate for, but a lot of those vendors that I contacted last year were asking how much does it cost for them to table. We didn't charge anything to table, we just asked them to come. I appreciate you bringing the resource. Now, that's a delicate dance, we can dance if we want and ask them for a small amount, because they'll pay hundreds to sit in one of these fairs, but the last year, we didn't have a whole bunch of people come out, so I don't wanna charge a lot and we're not giving a quality candidate, so. You know.
I think about $50 or something, would that be
Well-
too much or to recommend?
This is our second one, and it really kinda depends on, I might forego it this year, let's see how that job readiness goes. And if this one is successful, then they'll see how we move, and then maybe next year they can pay $50 or something like that. And that'll just feed back into what you spend, even if you just break even.
Okay. So that, we're gonna, lump items D and E together. Job fair and the job fair partnership agreement. So I need a
What's
motion.
that with? What's the partnership?
Is that part of that agreement also?
So no, the partnership agreement will be emailed out, once we establish the full partnerships. And that will pretty much just be, these are the, participants that will be helping with this event.
Okay, so so we're not ready to move on.
Not the partnership agreement.
So E, we're gonna forego E. So,
What is the budget for
so
that?
D, what,
15,
the budget is 1,500, you said?
2,000.
2,000?
2,000?
I thought it was 1,500.
That's all it's
Job
contained
fair?
too.
You have 1,500 on your.
Job
Yeah,
fair.
Projected budget?
Oh, there it is, okay.
Yeah,
It's how
1,500.
Right, it was 1,500 for the food, and then the refreshments were 500.
So
On her
projected, yeah.
So, you say 2K?
Well, I'm looking at the
Yeah,
spreadsheet.
but that's-
Yeah, that's all we can say.
The one that was printed out.
I'm looking
highlighted?
at this
Oh,
one.
yeah,
This
no, the
one?
one that I printed out for you.
Say
That I just
1,500?
handed you.
I got those two.
Oh, it's on the back.
It's on the back.
On the back.
She utilized
It's on
both
the back
sides
of
of the cake.
Ew.
And I told
She
you.
said,
And I
We had the
kept it.
print.
I'm like, I know it says 2,000.
They are really really gone green.
Yes, we trying to go no paper.
One less tree, huh?
Yeah, so 2K for the job fair.
Yes.
Okay. Hearing all the discussion, need a motion to move, to accept the, job fair so as stated, in amount of 2K.
So moved.
Second.
And so moved by Wells, all day,
I know.
and second by Harris. Hearing no, further questions on it, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris,
Aye.
Commissioner Rochelle,
Commissioner Rochelle?
Yeah, you-
Did you lose him?
Aye.
Thank you.
Commissioner Wells,
Aye.
and Commissioner Jones.
All right, motion passed. So, there will be no call on, E. We going to, So, movies in the park. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can move this faster. We got movies in the park. We have, dinner and movies.
We're just gonna do movies in the park and wind down Wednesday. Everything else will be on table.
Okay,
Because they're out for poll.
okay. So, movies in the park. Ms. Cotton, go.
3 events, June through August, and it's $9,000. That includes the projector screen and sound. They will come out, we don't touch anything. They will set it up, they will take it back. We will be selling concession. We estimated at $500 per concession. Of course, this will be rollover. We will receive all of the money from concessions.
So, I'm gonna say this. I mean, this price here is going to all these conferences that we go to. We see all of this material and movies in it. All of the hardware that we see. Okay, we used to own this ourselves back when, before you go there, Ms. Woodall. Give me 1 minute, let me get it out. Or anyone start speaking, I get out of order. So, this 9,000 could go to purchasing our own projector screen, our own everything we need. Because we can start looking into what does that look like? Because we used to have it where a blow-up screen, you know, and to be set up, it's about maybe 20, 15 feet high, and projector screen. And then also it plays the sounds and everything else through a DVD, I recall we used to have here. You remember that?
So what happened?
I do.
So,
So we did price out purchasing, all of the equipment necessary to host movies in the park based on the pricing and setup that we need for all the equipment the vendor is willing to give us. It costs us about $20,000 just to purchase everything. So we proposed using the vendor this year, see how the turnout is. If the turnout is great and we wanna continue it next year, we'll propose that we purchase it for next year as opposed to this year. This is the lowest vendor. I believe this is one of the vendors you guys met at conference.
yeah.
So this was the lowest quote that we did receive for it. They quoted us $2,500 per event, for them to come out, set it up, break it down, and take it away.
So is this a contractual agreement, or could we go in and see if this, so what we need to do? Let's see how the first show turns out. You know, if we get the gathering, you know.
Might not
then
fill
we'll
the
proceed.
first one, word of mouth then will carry it to the second one.
Yeah, you know,
But first one will be difficult.
yeah, you
Now
know,
if we put it on social media, right?
And
yeah.
it's out there, y'all heard it.
So,
But the payment is due, at time of the event,
okay,
so it's not all due up front.
okay,
They do also offer, I believe it was like rain day type of, backup dates that we can choose, like if the weather is completely just wrong, they're willing to negotiate whatever date that might work for us.
so, I mean, rain dates, I mean, we can take it inside.
That's all I was thinking.
We have a big projector screen inside, we can set studio style up inside, we have another area we can turn into a concession area, you know, with vendors and everything else, with popcorn.
And just want that date, for it inside.
Yeah, you know, have a contingency plan put in place, just in case it does rain, we move it inside. So, you ready to go? So, I mean, that's a really good plan.
So would you want the rain date to cover moving the equipment indoor, meaning we would need to use the gym? Or would you want us to utilize what's already set up in our field house at that point?
What's set up in our field house? Our field house can accommodate that very well. You know, our screen is big enough to accommodate that.
Somebody's in there already.
I mean, we have to probably block those dates off.
This was I'm about to do.
Yeah, right. So,
Well, you can block the dates off and what if it's beautiful weather, so we could have possibly on some.
that's the chances that we take. It's called a contingency plan. You don't never
You got
know.
4 events, you said? Shelley?
Four
Three
events.
events?
Three.
Three?
Like opening of a box of chocolates.
You never know what you're gonna get.
Thank you very much. So,
But if you bought the same chocolate, you know what every piece is.
thank you very
I
much,
like
Wells,
turtles,
for
so
that.
give me a pound of turtles and I'll know which one is the turtle.
So, what do you guys think? Move forward with,
Is that the best price, at $2,500?
does this company come out in
Yeah,
Indiana?
2 companies, quoted us $3,500. And
What's
then,
that cover, them coming out, blowing it up and taking it down?
yep, setting up the surround sound, providing the licensing to actually show the video to the public.
And I think they staying on site if there's
yeah.
any technical issues.
Yeah, they're 100% responsible for complete operation of the whole
Can you
entire
get some
thing.
sponsors for this?
Yeah, get to work.
Yeah.
This is sponsor there right here.
Do you have to have a license to show it if it's free?
Yep.
You gotta spray for mosquitoes and bugs.
Well, you can tell them bring their own spray. You know, you get this.
Yeah,
You can spray the grass, though.
Yeah.
And do the
Spray
county
the-
maintenance.
yeah, we can do that.
Will they come out to the park?
Yeah, we pay for that.
I know our tax dollars do.
Yeah. So, yeah, so if we move forward with this, someone would have to contact Cook County abatement, come out and spray.
Is that what it's called?
Hmm?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, come out and spray the grass.
Couple days before.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure all that is settled before people come out to it. So any more questions in regards to this? Movies in the park? No?
No, no more questions.
No more questions? Commissioner Harris? Commissioner Rochelle, any questions? No? Yes? Okay, thank you. All right, hearing no further questions, I need a motion to move forward with Movies in the Park in the amount of $9,000. It does. It hurts me too, right? And we're gonna be getting our own equipment soon.
I'm
That's,
sure
okay,
that we have the money to do it. but
yeah,
If we have the money to do it.
yeah. She wants a condition in it. So based on budgetarily, that's the condition, budgetarily. It's a condition in the motion. So I need to accept the budgetarily motion. If there is a budget issue, we will not move forward with it. That's the motion. Okay? Is that accepted? Then I need a motion to accept the budgetary motion for Movies in the Park.
So, Mark, make sure you put with the condition that the funds are available. with
Yes.
this work.
Okay? Need a motion to accept?
So,
So moved by Harris. Second by
Oh.
Wells.
I was about to say it too, but you said
I wrote it down.
You got it quick. You said it. All right? Hearing no further questions, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris? Commissioner Rochelle?
Got a delay.
Commissioner Wells?
aye.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye. Motion passed. Item G will be tabled. Item H, wind down Wednesday budget, is that table also, or we moving forward with that?
So that is also going to be June through August. That is for 1,500. The idea behind this is we will get 2 food vendors. So the gimmick is 50 people come eat free. So we will get 3, last year we did 100. So we pushed it down to 50 based on the turnouts. So we get 50 people eat free. We would get 3 food vendors to come out. I'm sorry, that should be 2, apologies. 2 food vendors to come out per event. So they would serve 50 people sample items at $2 a night. Yes. I feel like you have questions.
2 instead of 3, huh?
Yes, start off 50, because we did 100, so we scaled down based off of the results of last year.
So 1,500?
And we pushed it back to June instead of starting in, I think we started in May, and it was very cold.
So you're gonna do 50,
25.
50 per vendor or?
25 per
No,
vendor.
50 per vendor. Was the last conversation was 50 per vendor, but we can change that to 25.
25 per vendor.
So the attendance at the Wind Down Wednesdays are never at 100? Is that what?
No, so what it was we had like 10 vendors, and and it was a lot of vendors. And the goal was 10 vendors, they donated, and it was each vendor donated 10 food items. What it became was, because I think we maxed out 100 people there, the vendors didn't get any support. So it's like they donated, but then they didn't recoup anything. So it was a wash for them. It was a great turnout for the community, but they got a wash.
So we're gonna give out 50 or 100.
It's gonna be
25 each. So a
25.
total of 50, the first 50 people,
First 50 people gets
as
free
opposed to
samples.
the first 100 people.
Let's
So
readjust
first,
that
yeah,
number
50
that you
people.
put in, 'cause that's not.
And then,
Because
Yes.
your number says 150, that's why I'm asking. So do you mean the 150 or do you mean 100?
50,
Hold on, 1 second, give us 2 seconds.
25.
2 seconds to make it a minute.
She's amending the
I am.
agreement, the emotion. I thought that was one job.
500.
Yeah.
So it's 500.
Is it 500 total?
I'm totally
For all
confused.
I said
three?
I was
500 per event.
Okay.
Are we ready to
So,
move on motion?
1,500.
Yeah, it's 1,500 for all 3 altogether.
Okay,
But I know you
500
said
per
two.
wind down Wednesday.
okay, that's not bad.
Oh, it's 3 events?
Three
Yes.
events.
Oh, okay.
June,
That's not
July, and
Two
August,
food
similar to
vendors.
the movies in
Not
the
bad.
park.
Okay, not bad. So what about this, I want to lump, H and I together. Is it possible, because you got wound down with a barter agreement?
Yeah.
So
You
we can
have that
lump those two.
barter
So
at
we
the
can
end
lump
of the
those-
packet as
So
well.
we can lump those two together. And everything else here from J through N can be tabled? Is that true or no?
Yes.
Until the next meeting?
You want me? Yeah. N will be pulled.
Okay. So, I need a motion to accept H and I.
Well, where's the barter agreement?
At the end of the packet, it was right behind Catherine's report.
Yeah, here it is, right
Resolution?
here. Barter agreement, A.
Exhibit A? What's
Yeah.
that? This is DJs on the level,
Yes,
and then with,
so that's the barter agreement with Wind Down Wednesday.
Yeah. So, they're primarily gonna contribute.
They would contribute the DJ services for each of the Wind Down Wednesday events at their DJ service rate. They're just asking for the deduction to be taken down from their rental fee.
This was
So I
Saturday.
believe that totaled to about $750 overall.
Their event is what, in August what? August 20,
I don't know.
it's the Sunday,
Yeah, it's in August though.
I think it's not the last Sunday, is it? Is it last Sunday in August? Yeah, August 24th, yes, that is the last Sunday in August, I believe. Yeah, August 24th, that's the
It
last
does
Sunday.
say August 24th.
Okay. I gotcha.
Check out.
last year, you did one and they might have just adjusted.
Just just got the type, that's all. Not a big deal.
Got some typos in it? I did not read it. That's the last Sunday in August. No, it's not, the 30th is the, no, it is the last Sunday in August. Yeah, 24th.
Is it 30 or 31 days?
It's 30 days, no, 31 days in August. I got 31.
Oh, 31 Sunday, you're right.
Yeah, 31, so it's not the last Sunday in August. I'm glad they're doing it on that 24th, so it won't be taxing on the maintenance department. What's cool is to see on the 30th. Hoorah,
That's big.
hoorah. Don't hate Wells. Yes, I appreciate it.
I'm good, okay, did you motion?
Yeah. Okay, I guess I put an amended to, what is it?
I'm just gonna
Okay,
pick up these
okay. So we amended, okay. So I would accept the barter agreement with a correction to take out the double word, be delivered. It's on, Roman numeral 3, in A,
Under delivery.
under delivery.
And delivered on is repeated there.
Yes, it's a repeat, deliver on. So with that correction, I get a motion to accept
Did we,
H and I.
we didn't move on the budget for Wind Down Wednesday yet.
We're working on it right now. This is what it is. It's
Together?
gonna be H and I
Okay,
together.
gotcha, all right.
Yes, sir. Okay, at this time I need a motion to accept H and I. Okay.
Second. Oh, he
So,
did it so.
second, Rochelle second.
Come on, really?
Yes, moved by Harris, second by Rochelle. Okay, then, will there be any more discussion? Hearing no further discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris?
Aye.
Commissioner Rochelle? He was just there.
Aye.
Thank you. Commissioner Wells?
Aye.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye, motion passed. So, J, Christmas in July will be tabled to next meeting. Gaming in the park, K will be tabled. Also, L, M, all will be tabled until next board meeting. And N will be polled out to the board, so we expect a motion, a poll from the board, DTF machines, materials, and heat press. Okay? At this time, it is at 12 on the agenda. Before we go into that, final words from Commissioner Harris.
I do have something to say.
Yes.
I already know what you guys said about it, but I think we should basically give the employees a birthday cake, for all the employees for that month. Do it like in the middle of the month, birthday cake's only like $40, $50, and do it once a month? Every
Some
month?
birthdays?
Yeah, everybody's birthdays, for that month.
Okay. I agree with that. So, what's someone's birthday? Oh, okay, before we go to final words, we're gonna have to come back to DEA for final words. We need to go back to, public comments. Yeah, because we did public comments at the beginning, it's crazy.
I understand that, but let me say this to you guys, awesome job. I was not here for February's meeting, that was that cold Tuesday, Wednesday, that my bones were aching, and then my engine went out, so
Oh.
I didn't have any transportation, but you guys, I wanted to not forget that, it was Black History Month, and we do it, You know, I like to give my little things that I like to appreciate you guys, but understanding that Black History is 365 days of the year, right?
Thank you.
You're welcome. She said, uh-oh, you said welcome meeting, it's a payday.
It's actually Willis that don't.
Oh, Willis don't need one? Okay. But I'd like to read something to you guys. It says Black History Month is observed each February in the United States. It was created to focus on attention on the contributions of African Americans. Now, you know what, if I'm in a regular room of parents and superintendents and teachers,
Go ahead, Ms. Creighton, you may
I
continue.
don't talk over anybody.
Go ahead, you may continue.
For the contributions of African Americans to the world. Black History Month celebrates and honors all Black people from all periods of the U.S. history. Schools, businesses, and communities organize, celebrate, and host performances, lectures, and exhibits to bring greater awareness to the accomplishments of African Americans. So it says celebrate Black history. Each one of yours say something else. Miss Cotton, can you tell me what you would say?
Honor the past, rejoice today, inspire the future.
So we must do that, and that's what I acknowledge the park doing. That's why I make it here. That's why we are partners together for the community here in the village of Dolton. I don't have a lot. If I had $1 million, I would give half of it to the park, because I believe in what you're doing, how you are inclusive with the community. So I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, and let us move forward.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
the comments. All right, thank you. Will there be any other public comments before we deviate back to Commissioner's final words? Commissioner Harris, you may continue.
Okay, like I was saying, it was Katrina's idea.
Yeah, it was Miss Janet's idea.
I think we should give them like a birthday cake, every month, for all the people that works here. Every birthday that month for them, cause, they do,
I agree.
they do a good job. So do you agree with that, Ms. Sandra Wells?
You have some cake also.
Oh, yeah, you have some cake too.
No, I wouldn't take.
I think it's a great idea, to celebrate everyone's birthday within a month.
Let's celebrate your birthday, come on.
One
Then you
birthday.
go ahead and buy it, out your budget.
Yeah.
Does your job solve this?
No what?
Yeah,
Mine doesn't.
mine does.
So I'm a little,
That's your job.
Appreciate it.
It's just a little work for the village. And we're a small parking.
See, I used to get a card every my birthday for my job. Yeah, you sent me a card.
Buy a small cake.
you all gonna put together and buy it, then go ahead.
You got it, you can't have it. Okay, all right,
That's
So-
not.
And Catherine, Katrina wants it on record that was Miss Janice's idea.
I had an
Not
idea
her
for
idea.
morale, whatever that
That's an
looks like.
old idea.
That's
Okay,
that's
look,
I think
Katrina
it's
was
great.
telling me about
that's
Absolutely.
that's a good discussion point, we continue
Yes.
to talk about it. All
I
right,
would rather do something like,
Commissioner Wells, it's not your
employee,
Appreciation,
appreciation
yeah.
for that.
okay, we can do that.
No, I also thought about that too.
Employee appreciation is celebrate
Yeah.
everyone. Okay,
Or
we can do that.
celebrate the one,
Yes.
you can celebrate multiple ones, but you can.
It's a monthly birthday.
Yeah, it's monthly birthday.
You say you're gonna celebrate, what are you saying?
I would think of something different than a birthday cake. To me, I want to be appreciated for the hard work that I do.
Like free hours work. No, I'm just
Right.
throwing it out there.
That might be.
Yeah, 3 hours on the employee anniversary.
Right.
That needs to be a part.
My your anniversary
We
day?
used to get those, what I used to get, so that's the only reason why I'm throwing it out there. Cause I work hard for those hours.
Black child being the only one in the administration, that's not fair. So, she can't get recognized very much. But I think that we could probably consider an employee appreciation of some sort. The reason why birthday cake is not a big thing to me, because this is not a birthday.
And what happens with the birthdays of one?
Yeah, it's
Birthday
like,
of one?
if it's just one person,
Well,
so you gonna buy a whole
Here's the
cake.
deal, it's an open discussion, continue
Yes,
to discuss,
open
and
discussion.
put something together.
Let's do
That's
that.
it, that's all.
I'll
Since-
buy you a cupcake on your birthday, would you like that?
Since we in final discussion, are you concluding your final discussion? Okay. Commissioner Wells, we'll go directly to you.
I don't even have any problems.
Because you said it already.
I'm good.
Commissioner Rochelle, you have anything?
For final comment,
Yes.
I would just like to thank Ms. Creighton for being a supporter of the Park District and always
Oh, that's so
and collaborating with us and hosting events like the father-daughter dance and other events. So I would just like to thank Ms. Creighton.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
We gonna hold your payday.
And my final remarks is, first of all, I'd like to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out and participating in our board meeting. As you can finally see that we don't have a massive crowd because we handle business, not drama. So, one of the things is that I also like to thank, former Commissioner Kevin Bowens in the prayer tower for an awesome event on Saturday. We are happy. We have got rid of every piece of item in the whole entire gym.
I believe it.
Boy, it was
Really?
piled
Did they
up
get
over
rid of
there.
the oxygen thing?
All that stuff going, it's going to the gym care.
Oh,
Yes,
great.
So,
Oh.
gym care getting
That
all
was
the oxygen machines and the medical equipment.
That's
Yes.
good.
So,
Wonderful.
so we were able to empty the
I
gym
did want to read
of
it.
all the items that we have. Also, we thank Amazon as well.
Yes, yes.
I'll give it.
So it was a very successful event.
This is what you
March
have.
Madness. So the next major event like that is coming, will be Christmas in July.
Yes, it
So
will.
we're gonna prepare for that. And, once again, we thank, former Commissioner Kevin Goins in the prayer tower. And also Commissioner, Vice President Gail Towers, who all
Yes,
hosted that event. And all the commissioners who showed up and supported.
yes, yes.
And staff and employees as well.
Definitely.
As well as the trustees of the Village of Dolton.
Yes, yes, yes.
You know, and, the library board as well. So those are my final comments. So,
It was phenomenal,
yes,
preparing for it on Friday and having it
Yes.
on Saturday.
absolutely. So, hearing no further comments from the Board of Commissioners, we thank each one of you guys for coming out. I need a motion to go into executive session for personnel and real estate.
We have,
Yes, we do, we have.
Need one?
Yes, we do need one.
So moved.
Second.
It's so moved by Commissioner Wells, second by Commissioner Harris. Session. Hearing no discussion, please call the roll.
Commissioner Harris? Aye. Commissioner Rochelle?
Rochelle? You still there?
Commissioner Wells?
Aye.
Commissioner Jones?
Aye. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And I'll send you guys that email, okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank
for
you.
coming out.
All
Please
right.
drive safe.
You guys be safe too. Okay.
May I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
You're right, right?
Breaking the cycle.
Recreation.
We have